Hey guys and gals, Pat over here, Fellsmere Fishing Headquarters here downtown beautiful Fellsmere, Florida. Hey, we want to do a quick fishing report for you guys, and a lot of people have been calling asking about lake conditions post hurricane, which we didn't get much. A little bit of wind. I don't know that it was more than 35 mile an hour, but we didn't get a ton of rain either. So, however, even with a little bit of wind, you get some stuff blowing around in that lake. Everybody knows that. And then they have been moving a lot of water throughout all the lakes. So yeah, there has been a few changes. I know, Garcia's had a little bit of blockage on that south wall. I didn't go out there yesterday, but I heard that it's opened up now. And they did have that tournament out there Saturday, so that'll help. But I know running along 512 going north on the east side was wide open. So that's clear. Fishing's been a little bit tough. That's for damn sure. What do you think, Capt, Steve? Because we kind of struggled without a stick marsh the other day.
Well, yeah, the stick marsh.
Actually, all three of us were out there.
Yeah. Yeah, the stick marsh has been a little tough. I did fish ditch 13 pump was running there for a couple 3 days. I fished that. We caught over 100 bass in 2 days, but those fish on the pre-storm on the main lake, they filter up to that moving water in them shell beds, and we just whacked them. Caught them on shaky heads and tubes, and a little bit of crankbait, but mainly on those slower moving baits in the current. But Headwaters has been good to us. The live bait bite has been really, really good. I had Brent Jasper out just a few days ago, and we went through 4 dozen in a couple of hours.
You guys put a beating on him.
And so he wanted to do something that he's never done before, so we went flipping. And we're flipping hydrilla beds on the edge of the deeper ditches, and some hyacinth mats, and we had over 30 pounds. Our big 5 fish, and I mean, just boat flipping, big old green heads, man. Yeah. It was freaking awesome that day.
You trying to break that new flipping stick?
Yeah, I'm trying to. I'm trying to. But I kept sending him picture after picture after picture of big fish, and
it went from one after another.
6 to 8.5 pound, largemouth, just coming out of the mats. And I mean, when they hit it that day, but that was right before the hurricane.
Right.
Right before the hurricane, and I think it just had them fired up. But man, these fish. These big bass, the bigger ones, man, they were blowed up. If it was spawn time, I'd been like, man, these fish are getting ready to do their business. They were so big. That 8.25 was 22 and a half inches long. Wasn't a real long fish, but
right.
She was like a football.
Yeah.
And she hammered that plastic. As soon as it went through the mat, it was bonk. And I hit her, and her head came out, and Brent lost his mind because he had never seen a fish that big. And then Brent had never flipped before in his life, and it gets like a 6.5. His first flipping fish ever was a 6.5.
He's spoiled.
Out of that mat, he's done.
Yeah.
Another 500 flips before he gets another.
Yeah. So
and those fish came later.
Yeah. So I'm glad you brought that up. So it was about 10 or 10:30 when we started flipping. So. Because we fished some moving baits as soon as we got done with the shiners, and just wasn't happening. I said, let's go flip for some big fish. And man, they were there and they were chewing. And I'm glad you brought that up, because it was later in the morning, and it was just, I didn't want to come back. He had to get back. I didn't want to come back. I probably would have fished all day that day, because that's how they were biting. Every other bite was a big fish.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was the same thing when you all came in on Saturday. Everybody was having a real tough day Saturday morning. Everybody that I talked to, and most guys were in by, I don't know, maybe lunchtime. And I did not hear one good report. And then Chandler calls up at about 3:30, and he was just coming out of the water. He said it started biting at 11. He said it was nonstop. He said he caught 40 between 11 and 2:30.
Yeah.
So it was a late deal.
Well, the moon is that way. The moon is like way over.
Okay.
Afternoon. If you can fight off the storms.
Yeah.
Right.
And the heat. Yeah, but.
Yeah, that's just it.
It's kind of weird. It's like a very early morning thing, and then it goes
so.
way over from about 1 o'clock on till dark. That's what the moon has been. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
But as far as, you know, navigation on headwaters, everything is fine. I mean, there's still a big blockage in ditch 13, but other than that, there's some small floating mats in some of the canals. But other than that, I mean, you can push through anything that you see. I've not had any issues out there. Have you had any issues?
No. Well, I went before the storm. I didn't go after into headwaters, but I noticed stick marsh was low. They're really pumping that down, and it was down, like way down from the last time I was in there. And then Three Forks is up. Three Forks is just roaring over the wall down there on the north side.
Oh.
But the hyacinths in Three Forks, if you don't have an airboat, I wouldn't even try. I mean, I think a mud boat would have a hard time. Some of those hyacinths were stacked up that tall.
Wow.
And they were just, you know, because my airboat went down a little bit when I first hit it. I had to give her some goo-goo. So, but the fishing out there still, we caught 30, but they were all 3 pounds, 4 pounds, nothing ginormous.
Right.
But the last big fish I got was at it's either headwaters or Three Forks before the storm. But I'm fishing early and I'm getting off at before noon.
Yeah.
It's just too freaking hot.
I tell you what, though, you know, the kind of fishing that it's been lately is my kind of fishing. You know, you get folks that come out, they want to do some shiner fishing, but they like doing artificial too. And man, I mean, you can catch them both ways right now. And really, I really enjoy that. I enjoy taking people out, being able to do both.
Yeah.
The shiner fishing is fun. It's exciting. It's constant action. But our bigger fish here lately, I'm gonna be honest with you, have been coming off flipping.
Yeah.
That's where all the big fish are coming.
Can you imagine when the water settles out a bit and that mat goes down about another foot?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Because all those fish up where we're talking about,
Yes.
haven't even seen. I mean, there's a few people kind of creeping around, but they're so noisy getting around them that those fish.
Yeah.
Spooky.
But I'm telling you, a cold front or two.
Yeah, it's gonna happen soon.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen soon. This spawn is gonna take off a little bit early, I think. And you said that you had somebody at Okeechobee that told you that they found some on the bed already.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I've seen them
It's
under beds
amazing.
up down there.
That's amazing.
Down south end.
Those fish are confused,
Extremely.
you know.
Yep.
Extremely.
But those fish you're talking about, the fish I've been catching have been full of shad because of that last moon. They're just gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, those aren't eggs. Those
Yeah,
fish
they're
are
bloated.
just woofing up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, even the fish I caught at Stick Marsh out there at Ditch 13, no giant fish, you know, 5.5 pounds is the biggest one, but when you catch that mini, it's too fun to leave.
Oh man.
You're
You know, it's just like, you know, you're throwing out there and letting that bait go through the current, and that line just jumps, and you don't know what it is.
Right.
And it's just so fun. But I will say that those fish in State Marsh are very healthy, and there's a ton of fish in that lake.
Oh yeah.
But when that water's not moving, it's a bigger lake, but it fishes small.
It does.
It fishes small.
And it's moved. There was some fish over there by the reeds. I stopped when I left you guys the other day. I pulled up in there and just scanned it, and there's fish all up in them reeds.
Yeah.
You see any eelgrass?
Yeah, the eelgrass is all west.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
in
it
that
was
corner.
too rough to. I didn't even want to.
Oh, true. Yeah.
That day, shoot, man. it
We
was like
found
that.
some hydrilla beds.
Yeah, there's
Steve
a
and
lot
I
of
the other day over
yeah,
on
but
the
it's
east side.
out. If you go
It's-
to like
yeah.
old hog pen, you know, hog pen in Stick Marsh,
Yeah.
that outside, it's like an old road bed. There's a bunch of grass there.
Yeah.
And what's happening on the west bank is everything's just blowing up, and you got some nice mats there.
Oh yeah.
Super nice. It was just like, I don't like going in there because, man, you come up and come down on a daggum stump, and then you got
Yeah.
Big problem.
Yeah. It needs to be good and calm for you
Yeah,
to be able to
well,
get back
at
there
least-
safely.
10-mile-an-hour wind. But yeah, but that west bank is like it's where it first happens. Those fish come out of Stick Marsh, come down that bank, and then they start feeding into those canals across Stick Marsh, and then they end up in the nursery, and they're all just like in waves, chasing shad. That's what
Right.
they're doing.
Right. Plenty of it out there.
Yeah, and the crappie, because the crappie are in those canals too. But it's gonna get good this week. I think it'll settle down. I don't know. This fish, I got third in our little contest the other day. That was embarrassing. But I mean, I did stop on that reed line and just scanned it real quick, and there's fish there.
Yeah. Nice. Figured they would eventually. I mean, because we stopped a couple times, Craig and I, and couldn't catch a fish.
Yeah.
That was quite a while ago, but
How was it calm? Or
Yeah.
was it, they don't like calm. Those fish like they don't like calm in that lake.
yeah, it was
They'll just sit there and look at you when it's calm. They won't bite.
But I didn't see any eelgrass. A little bit.
It's
not
west.
much. It's west of
It's
there.
west.
And there's a bunch of it in that west corner down there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of it.
Yeah, I know the whole south end is starting to grow pretty good.
You know where the old floating death tank was?
Yep.
That's all eelgrass.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
I hadn't fished down there, but
There's a lot of mats back in there
Yeah.
too.
Ooh. And it's all changed because you got lines of bulrushes now that have kind of gone north and south, and it's creating different. You know, it used to be you'd fish kind of east and west in there. Now you're kind of fishing north and south because of the way the grass lines are setting up.
Yeah.
right.
But it's definitely depth changes on both of those, and it's ditches, stumps, and grass in that. So
Right.
that's
It's-
setting up good.
It's almost
Yeah.
like you're fishing in and out of those fingers in there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because those reeds come out to some pretty good points. I mean, that ought to be on fire this winter.
Oh man, I tell you,
Well,
I think
Spataford and I did good
I
in
think
there.
stick marsh is going to be the deal this winter.
Yeah, Stat and I did good in there, but you got to just be quiet, be slow, and just be thorough.
Yeah, because there's so much back there.
Yeah,
There's so much to fish.
you can hurry through there and just
And just blow through them, yeah.
Mhm.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I love it.
But it's going to be good this week. The moon is coming back around, so it'll be early morning again.
Okay. I know Captain Dan Lowley and his dad Mike come in earlier, and they fished 4 or 5 hours out there this morning, and they said the bite wasn't great. They caught a handful of them, but they were saying with the Topwater, they got a lot of blowups, but nothing actually hit the lure. They were just kind of, maybe they were pissed off or something. I don't know. But they couldn't catch him on a Topwater, but they were reacting to it.
I think it's time. Maybe one day this week, let's go over to Kenansville again.
All right.
I
Yeah,
bet
I
that
think I'm
place
going
is.
to end up out there Wednesday.
Yeah, we'll go out in the airboat again. That was
All right.
fun.
Yeah.
We had some blow-ups that day. That was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
That place is just.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That storm chased us off.
But, you know, and there, another secret, it's no secret to some guys, but if it's windy there, just pull your motor up and go all the way up into the wind and drift those flats, even though it looks like it's too topped out, and just go over it, and you can either punch it or you can top water it.
Right. Frog.
Yeah, just burn stuff across it, and,
Right.
and those fish are there. And that water there is a little stained on the north side, but they don't go anywhere. It's like the north side of headwaters.
Yeah.
They're there.
Yep.
That's where we got chased off that day when the
Storm
we
came.
found the fish and then the freaking lightning came up.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, that's pretty disappointing.
Yeah.
me no do lightning.
Well, you got what you went for. You got a big one that day. You should have been content.
Greedy son of a gun.
Hey, man. Hey, I want to catch more than one big one or 2 or 3 big ones in a day.
He
I
even
wanna-
said, hell, we're hauling bass.
Yeah. That's for sure. All right, guys. Is that about it, boys?
Yeah, the dates are filling up though. I'm sure you're probably starting to get your book's getting filled up. I know we're getting a lot of calls and we're filling up dates right now for the winter. And so if you guys are interested, I think you might be coming, or if you want to inquire, flbigbassadventures.com.
Hollabassguide.com. And we got rooms if you need rooms.
Yep.
Safe rooms
Yeah.
with power and 15 minutes to the ramp. So,
There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah, and we've got some other guys too. If Mike gets filled up, he's priority number one. He's got the best setup for sure. When he's filled up, just give us a call. We've got some other folks around here that have rooms and stuff, and it beats the hotels and motels.
$200 a night.
Yeah. Yeah. And
That's crazy. They
Yeah.
get your stuff stolen.
Yeah.
so just give us a call here at the shop, or call one of the captains, either Mike or Steve, and we'll get you set up some accommodations, because I know we're getting a lot of calls. A lot of folks from up north, the guys are getting pretty excited about coming down this year. So
I'm excited for them.
yeah,
Come
I'm
on
excited
down.
too. Yeah, man, it's gonna be fun. Fishing's
Yeah.
gonna be great. Like I said, like we're telling you, stick marshes, that's gonna be the deal. And Garcia's fishing great, and Blue Cypress is even fishing good. So, there's plenty of fish to be caught.
That's right.
And even old Craig, he'd take you out there on the river there, and get you some big old snook and tarpon. That's redfish. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. We appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
See you soon.